Oh, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo, everybody. Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. What is that voice? Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Oh god, what is that? Ha ha ha. Confused sexuality. Birdman. Oh god, is that what it's from? Ha ha ha. Bisexuality. I think that's it. Ha ha ha. Fat people. Oh, is that the voice? Nothing like a good smoke in the morning. Oh man, what is that voice from? Is that the voice? I'm sure that's from something else. Damn it, I can't remember. That's a pain in the ass. Walking through the lobby to the cafeteria, I silently rue my daily routine having me completely thrown off. It seemed like a normal day. I arrived in class before most due to waking early and having become quite adept at chucking down my pills without choking as I get ready for the day. But as students trickled in, one never materialized. Kinda cool. Is this about the time when the birthday comes then? I step aside, my eyes scanning the expanse of the cafeteria in search of a suitable place to take a seat. It's a task made more difficult by the groups of students moving about and busily talking. Yeah! A hand pounds my back hard a couple of times, severely winding me. Emmy or Misha. I couldn't care less about the culprit as I focused my thoughts on my chest in a near-automatic reaction. My hand instinctively tightens on my breast, and I start going through the steps I rehearse in my mind every other day. Actually, no, Emmy wouldn't do that. Misha? Wait. Oh no. Please don't be. Breathe steadily in and out. With a measure of relief, I can slowly feel my chest becoming less tense. By the time I look back up, my face is covered in sweat from the experience. Oh, it's him. It is him. Okay. It's Kenji. Hey, man, there you go. You okay? What's going on? God damn it! Don't do that, you idiot! He retreats back, an expression of unease written on his face. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have barked at him. You should have, considering he had no way to know. I give a sigh and right myself with some difficulty. Sorry, I have some chest problems. Sharp knocks aren't good. It seems strange to see him so upset. The fact they can't do anything about it irritates me. Let's go at lunch. You guys, get some comedy for once. We start off at the serving line. One good thing is that Kenji and I can make small talk nowadays, as opposed to my only interaction with him being anti-feminist lectures. It seems like it'd be hard to find an empty table. There's a few people I wouldn't mind sitting with. Nobody like you, though. I feel a shiver through my spine. Oh, God. Clarify that now. Hey, don't listen. Their minds are closed. It's the media, man. The goddamn brainwashing mainstream feminist fascist media. He takes a breath, and I save the second of silence. Damn, they control everything. Everything but you and me. Clarify that now. It's like, whoa, sorry. I feel a little bit of, you feel a little bit uncomfortable there? Kenji, you saying you like spend time in there? A little bit uncomfortable there? Kenji, maybe you want to spend some time here? I relax a little while we grab our food and drink. So, what you got, man? What you got for me? Huh? Come on, man. You've been hanging out with Sato and that other chick for ages now. Rumors are all over my class, and probably some of the others, too. Eavesdropping isn't a good habit. Let me guess, you never do it. No, not even when you're bored? Really? Well, fine, point taken. Both of us can stop to have soup ladled into a couple of small bowls and placed onto our trays. The concoction that lands into the bowl looks pretty questionable, but at least it smells reasonably good. As we take our seats at a miraculously free table, I try to think of something that would actually interest him at all. I hope I can come up with an acceptable topic. I found an answer to that question you asked for a couple of weeks back, where Lily's non-Japanese half comes from, that is. Good man, it's Russia, right? Totally Russia. Scotland. He's visibly stopped in his tracks. Scotland? Yeah, it was my reaction too. She can speak English fluently and everything. Damn it, you realize what this means? How terrifying this news is to me? I think he's hyperventilating. Passing out for a little while would probably make him more relaxed than he normally is. Ignore his insane ramblings, humour him. Apparently I'm being told to ignore his insane ramblings, but I would like to humour him, but I'm going to do this because I'm a good guy. I dig into my food, hoping he'll take the hint from my silence. I just spent 1,000 yen, man, 1,000 yen, damn, this is the worst day ever. No such luck. You're kidding me. You made a bet about a nationality? One of the dudes in my class was bugging me about it, and I gave him some of my wisdom, and he had the audacity to say my logic was wrong. So what did he think? Germany or something? It doesn't matter, whatever. What matters is my 1,000 yen. Damn, this day is ruined thanks to her, what a bitch. God, he's... very nonchalant with that. Don't go around calling women bitches. It just makes you look like a tool. He looks utterly devastated as he wolfs down several clumps of his soggy, soy-soaked rice. It only takes a few mouthfuls before he pokes his chopsticks at me, stabbing the air repeatedly in revelation. Why, would you... Did your mother ever tell you not to speak of your mouthful? He gives me a dirty look before choking down the rest of the food left in his mouth and taking a gulp of juice. It's rather unsightly. Remembering my own food sitting in front of me, I decide to get to the task of eating the cafeteria food over and done with as fast as possible. The sooner I do so, the sooner the experience will be over. So I was saying, why would anyone want to live in that place anyway? I mean, what is there to see? Grassy plains, that's it. Lots and lots of grassy plains. And men in kilts. I'm not sure which... men in kilts. Oh. I'm intrigued now. Maybe I'll go there. It sounds pretty cool. And I actually think we've designated him as Cartman as fat and unimportant. Actually, I think we should redesignate Cartman as ripped and sweet. Oh man, I watched a new South Park. That line just got me. Actually, I think we should redesignate Cartman as ripped and sweet, not fat and unimportant. I'm not sure which is worse, the food or those worldview. I can feel my face being dragged down by the combined weight. Not that he'd notice or care. It's not that bad. I mean, why do you care about her so much anyway? She's just your class representative after all. He gives a malevolent chuckle. Were this anyone but Kenji, I'd feel uneasy at how he sounds. I finally found the chink in the Feminist Legion's armor. It took a while, but I'm confident this is going to be how we can bring down the whole system. I'm about to blow your mind. Are you ready? I tune out of his ramblings for a moment as I finish my rice and start on the unappetizing soup. An unappetizing? I would love some unappetizing. One taste is enough to confirm that it's cold. Ready as I'll ever be. I confirm that Lily is in the math here. What? Alright, stay with me for a second here, and I'll describe the scene. I wish I could do otherwise. Lily's there, walking down the street after school. You're not stalking her, are you? No, damn, man, I got some sense of self-preservation. But not dignity, or morals, or social standards. Anyway, as I was saying, the car pulls up next to her, and guess who steps out? A man in a pinstripe suit, waves her in, then the two leave just like that. I can tell you, man, she's under protection. Under protection. A man in a... Oh, I see where this is going now. It takes effort not to sigh in exasperation. Let me guess. This man was about average height, had a slightly slender build, had blonde hair, looked foreign, smiled a lot. He looks positively stunned. I take advantage of the moment of quietly to quickly gulp a mouthful of cold soup. Oh yes, good soup. It seems you're more observant than I thought. Yes, I've chosen well. He giggles a little and nods to himself. So dramatically that it looks comical. I can't tell whether that's intentional or not, and the fact makes me frown. This is important ramifications, you know. If she really is connected to people like this, like them, and we're smart about what we do with this information, we could turn this into our greatest weapon against the student council. Once he starts rambling into conspiracy territory, my juice suddenly becomes of much importance. Me juice, I would love some juice. I'd like some juice pizza, please. I'd like some juice pizza. Cheese pizza? No, cheese. I'd like some juice pizza, please. Only half listening to his pontifications, my mind drifts to the matter of Lily and her antipathy for Shizune. The past between them is steadily becoming more coherent, but I'm not even sure if I should be learning of her past this way. Indeed, even if I do work out what went on, it really doesn't seem like my business to go and interfere. Damn, not having Lily around is making my thoughts wander. I'm noticeably more bored and sullen without her company. And the same goes for Hanako. All we do during lunch is more or less eat and play chess. Come to think of it, I need to check on Hanako after school too. Isn't this about where... Man, this goes way faster, I just realised that. Isn't this near where Hanako's story ends? Considering her much improved attendance, I'm guessing she's come down with something. Oh, Nagi. I stop as I'm about to leave the classroom, turning on the ball on my heels to meet Muto. He's holding out to me a couple of the worksheets we'd worked on during the day with his long, lanky arm.
Would you mind giving these to Katawa? I'm normally asked one of the girls to do it, but I assume you'll be checking on it.
For a moment I briefly consider the possibility of that being more than an innocent prediction. I quickly discard the idea, though, as it's hard to think of him acting in such a Machiavellian way. It's not his nature. Sure, no problem. Walking up the hallway of the girls' dormitory, several ideas of why Hanako's been absent float around my head. The most obvious of them is just a simple cold. That said, she may not even be sick at all. It's been almost a week since Lily left, and despite her at least appearing to be normal, I've suspected she's somewhat more insecure about it than she's letting on. Eventually I come to Hanako's dormitory room. Its simple brown door separating us. Her room's positioning next to us. Next to Lily's is extremely convenient. I'm probably a large contributor to the meeting in the first place. Grimacing slightly at the prospect of her being sick, I rap my knuckles on the door. Silence. I listen intently for any sound of shuffling coming from inside, but I can't hear a thing. I knock on the door again, slightly harder. Still no answer. How strange. A door opens behind me. A freckled and somewhat scrawny upperclassman I don't recognise comes out, and is briefly taken off guard by my presence. Hi. To ask about Hanako. I've been told here that I should ask about Hanako. Actually, this may be a rather fortuitous meeting. Hey, excuse me, do you know if Hanako's come out of this room today or not? She doesn't seem to be answering.
Ikazawa is Ikazawa. Her not answering the door is totally normal. That tall foreign girl's the only person she'll ever talk to, after all.
She gives a shrug before walking off down the hallway, having much more important matters to attend to than Hanako or I. Her dismissive attitude annoys me. Hanako must have a reputation as a hermit. Ha! Is she also an old man? A reputation that doesn't seem outright undeserved. At least in the time before we'd met. Scratching my head, I make one last attempt at getting Hanako to answer as I knock on the door one final time. Hanako, it's just me. Muto said to give you some stuff. Some coke. To get you up. You're so down, you need to get up, so here's some coke. Okay. For a while, the attempt seems just as unsuccessful as the last. Just before I slip the sheets under the door, though, I can hear the handle rattling. As the door opens halfway, I do my best to look Hanako over as quickly as possible. It's a task made somewhat more difficult by the difficult, by her oversized gown hiding so much of her body. She doesn't look sick, or at least not immediately so. To be honest, I'd have preferred that to her expression right now. Hi, Hanako. Muto wanted me to give you these since you went in class today. I held out the loose sheets, which she tentatively takes in her hands. The way she moves is weird, devoid of thought, as if it's some kind of mechanical automaton rather than a living being. Are you okay? If you're feeling sick or anything, I could get the nurse. It feels almost pitiful to put out such a routine, a get-well-soon act. I can't think of anything else I could possibly do for her, though. She seemed to collect herself a little at the notion, but only a little. I'm fine. Okay. An awkward silence follows, eventually ended by her nodding solemnly in farewell, and closing the door. The entire experience feels surreal. More than a little put off, I wander back to my room and hope she'll be better by tomorrow, despite not knowing exactly what's wrong with her. There goes my new tune. Once again, I find myself in front of Hanako's door after another of her unexplained absences from class. Nothing. Considering this is the second day in a row she's been like this, I'm starting to worry about her. Summoning my willpower, I decide to try one last way to get her to respond. Hanako, if you don't say anything, I'll go get the nurse for you. Go away. What? It's hard to tell whether her tone's one of depression, anger, or both. What in the world can I actually do to help her if she doesn't even want help? The message is clear enough. I can't just leave her like this, though, just sitting in her room for days on end. Rubbing my temples in thought, I withdraw to my own room to think about how it proceeds. Rationally, it's what we needed here. As an overreaction may just make matters worse. I dig around drawer after drawer of my desk, looking for where I put that damn piece of paper. Before she left, Lily told me the number to call her on while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. Not that I need it though, the damn thing is... yeah. I probably should have just entered it directly into my cell phone. Come to think of it, without further ado, I entered the numbers and anxiously pressed the call button. This happened in Hanako's one, but it was different. The fact the phone rings at all shows that I got the prefix for a call to Scotland right at least. I've never made an international call before. You're going to rack up some serious bills, buddy. So that's some comfort. Eventually the phone picks up, a feminine voice I don't recognise on the other end. It's probably Lily's mother. Sato? That's all like English. English? Oh, suddenly, finding myself unprepared, I realise I can't understand a word she says. Sato? She says, either due to my limited vocabulary or her heavy accent. I should have anticipated this, since according to Lily, her mother is a native Scot. I soldier... Welsh. Native Welsh speaker. I soldier on in the hope that she must know some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. It's Hisao Nakai speaking? An enthusiastic sound of realization can be heard as she recognizes the language. My feeling of relief is immense. You must be one of Lily's friends from school, correct? Oh, hey, what's going on there? Right there. Oh, you must be one of Lily's friends from school, correct? Right, remember now, Lily's from Wales, not Scotland. Shh. Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she's saying. Yeah, that's right. Pleased to speak with you, Miss Sato. It's nice of you to find someone so polite. Lily dear, it's for you. Her mother seems nice, if a little over-enthusiastic given the mundane situation. There's a small silence as Lily takes her time getting to the phone. In the distance, I can just make out her mother scolding her playfully for just getting up. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. Hello, Lily speaking. She makes a sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yawn. Yeah, this happened before in Hanako's. The one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It'd be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse. Not feeling well? Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. You're really not a morning person, are you? I don't need you making fun of it as well. It takes me a measure of restraint not to laugh at her pained groan. Poor girl. How are you doing over there, then? Bar the mornings. It's been enjoyable. After not meeting them for so long, just having a meal together with my parents is nice. Though the pool and the sheer size of the house might have something to do with it as well. So, damn, you've certainly got a nice fucking house going on there. Oh, look at the fancy pants living. Oh, Lord Entourage. They're in fancy pants land, eh? Even if they're not in Japan, from the way it sounds, her family must be pretty wealthy to live so luxuriously. Are things alright with you and Hanako? Damn, fuck. I was hoping that wouldn't be brought up quite so quickly. I take a moment to try and sort out exactly how to describe the situation without causing her undue worry, but she picks up on that without a word being said. Hanako's not well, is she? How did you know? Because today is her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you, but... How is she right now? She missed school yesterday, and seemed out of sorts when I checked up on her. Today she missed school again, and just told me to go away. I've really got no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Is it related to her scarring in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when her birthday came up. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for their deaths. What she says does seem to make sense. If she blamed herself on her birthday, she may well be ruining that she was ever born. The fact that Lily seems so in the dark about it, though, almost to the extent that I am, is a surprise. So that's why she lives in the student dormitories as well. Has she told you any more about the accident? As close as we've come. She's very barely told me anything about what happened. What I know about it is largely conjecture. She sounds depressed. I've gotten quite used to doing her voice in Welsh accent now. I'm glad I picked that. She sounds depressed, almost defeated. Considering the trauma... It's not a very thick one. It's not the best one, to be fair. But I think my favourite one is Akio. Alright, how's it going, yeah? Alright, how's it going, alright? The trauma Hanako must have gone through. I really can't fault Lily for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily. With everything she's gone through, she's pretty fucked up. Alright, Lily, she's pretty fucked up. I know, thank you, Hisao. I'm sorry I can't be of more help to you. It's fine, I'll just give it some more thought. Thanks and have a good time in Scotland. It's nothing. Thank you for taking care of Hanako. Oh, okay, bye. Goodbye. And with that, the line goes silent. I think she went to say something like, miss you? Love you? Amid the seemingly only increased number of questions, I can't answer. The most immediate is what Lily was going to say. Oh no. I'm an idiot. Oh no. Oh no, I just realized it as well. Oh. Oh no. Oh man, that would be fucking awful. Oh gosh. I'm an idiot. She must have thought I was calling to talk of her, but I only asked for help with Hanako. Even more shameful than that is the fact that such an appraisal would be largely correct. Well, first things first. For now, I need to at least sort out Hanako and make sure that she's actually eating okay. It's awful. Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize that at the time. Shit. That would be pretty... I'd just be sitting there going, crap. Call back. Hey, sorry, what's going on? The occasional passing students give badly hidden glances at the plate of food I carry to the female dormitories. It's hardly a meal to be proud of, only being an instant microwave meal from the convenience store. He should have said, like, I miss you, But it should at least fill her up. Eventually, I arrive outside of her room, after having to ward off a couple of girls who jokingly tried to pilfer the food I'd taken so long to procure. I'll beat the shit out of you if you try to take this food. I decided to forego knocking, since it was proven to be an entirely useless minute measure and it's somewhat difficult to do with my hands full. Hanako, it's Hisao. I know you're listening. I got some food for you. Silence as expected. I'll leave it beside your door. Just please eat it at least, okay? There, I've said my piece. Now it's up to her. Putting the plate down, I walk back to my own room to eat my dinner. By the time I return to Hamako, it's Hamako. She's Hanako, but made of ham. A good hour's passed. Thankfully, there isn't anything to be seen beside her door. I walk back, at least, somewhat happier than she's eating. If she intends to get through this by herself, then being able to help, even if it's just in such a small way, is at least something. Yeah, a bit different, this one. He sort of... Well, actually, no, he does sort of let her do his own thing in the good version, doesn't he? Doodaloo-boo, choogalee-ba, labba-lee-ba-doo, ploop-ploop-ploop, ploop-lee-pla. I sit reading in the library after school, turning page after page, barely registering the words written on each out of the sheer boredom. With my cheek resting in my hand, I can't help noticing this slightly rough feeling against my palm. It won't be long before I'll need to get a razor. Oh man, I'm getting such good stubble. Giving up on reading, I simply let my head drop onto the book in front of me. Has he called Lily since then? Things have quieted down considerably since Hanako began attending school again. When she first returned to class, nothing was said nor done that wasn't part of the usual routine. And it's been the same way since. Neither of us desired to bring up her accident, so there simply wasn't any point in pursuing it. Thus a few days went by, the daily grind continuing just as it had before. It's only natural that my mind would wander to other places, and more importantly, other people. The lily-shaped hole in the daily life of Hanako and I has been pretty noticeable for a while now. I'd be pleased to say that this has allowed me time to refine just what my thoughts of her exactly are, but alas, I've had no such luck. It doesn't help that many attempts to do so have led to the troublesome topic of Iwanako. Every time my thoughts drift into that direction, I reflexively try to think about something else. Why did this have to happen now? Oh shit. It's the world destroyer. I turn up and look up to the source of the tentative voice coming from behind me. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Anyone?
It's, not it.
Okay. I glance around the orange-tinted room, quickly realizing how silly my apology must have sounded. In the time I've spent thinking and lazing about in here, everyone's well and truly left. Library closing?
If you don't want to go, I can keep it open a bit longer. It's no trouble at all.
Come on, Yuko, have some goddamn balls. Tell him to fucking leave. He's a freeload. Tell him to get the hell out. Now! Beat him up. Feed the cats. Feed the baby cats. Don't worry, I should get going anyway. Thanks. As I get up and begin to move off, I feel Yuko's eyes drilling into my back. Jesus, what's going on there? Is there something wrong?
You look depressed. Are you okay?
Yuko nervously twists her fingers as she says this, unsure whether she's overstepping her boundaries. Yes, she is. Stop talking to me. I really can't tell if she's more worried about my mood or about bothering me. Normally I just shrug it off and assure her that I'm fine, but my reflective mood gets the better of me. Despite being staff, she really doesn't feel as much like an authority figure as the others. It's just, I guess the best term for it would be relationship problems.
Oh, I'm not good at that kind of thing. My only relationship ended up a bit abruptly.
Oh god, no.
But if you want to talk about it, I mean, I could listen, I think.
No! Now I feel kind of bad for bringing it up. She's not that old, though, so at least she has a good chance of finding another partner.
There's plenty more fish in the sea.
Do you know there's a website called Plenty More Fish in the Sea? It's a dating website. Could you come up with a... I'm not right, and I know people who've used this, right? So I'm not insulting them. I'm just saying it's a very desperate sounding name for a dating website. Plenty More Fish. Or Plenty of Fish. I think Plenty More Fish was the thing I thought of, like when you fail at Plenty of Fish, you move to Plenty More Fish. Plenty of Fish. What a name. Isn't it like we're in a bad situation now? We have spent many days together as friends, sometimes going out to do stuff, that kind of thing. But I'm starting to want to do more for her, learn more about her and be with her more. I'm not sure if it's actually love or not.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Ba 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 ba. I don't care.
I'm sorry. Though, and our friendship as it stands is enjoyable.
You shouldn't let that stop you. Sorry. How to say this? I think it's nice that you have a good friendship, but school is going to eventually end. Do you think you'll be fine with not knowing if it could have gone in further after you've graduated?
I guess that's the crux of the problem. I really have no idea what the answer to that question is.
Well, I can't really help there. What your true feelings are is something you have to decide for yourself. But I think that if you do love her, you should definitely say something. After thinking about it really hard, I decided that even though my relationship didn't work out, it's still better that way than never knowing if it might have not.
Yes, better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I never expected Yuko to sound so wise. Ugh. It only makes sense that, with more life experience than I, she'd have a better idea about this. Well, I suppose not very much was actually answered. Talking to her has helped get it off my chest, and I have no doubt that I should confess that if I really do like Lily. I give a slightly frustrated sigh. If only reading so much actually helped when it comes to situations like this. You should read roller coaster books, they help a lot. She gives a girlish giggle, which only reinforces my view of her being somewhat different from the usual staff here. If in the end, if it comes down to... what was I saying? In the end, if it all comes down to what will happen after school finishes once again, considering what happened before when I came to Yamaku, it feels like being asked to keep up with a field of runners despite having started from a dozen yards behind them. It's just one more motive to move on from the past. The last thing I need right now is to get caught up in that and getting homesick while I'm at it. Once again, I find myself calling Lily. My phone bill is going to be horrific, considering this is international. But it's worth it. I don't only want to smooth over her feelings from the last time I called. I genuinely want to talk to her again. When the phone finally picks up, I easily recognize the voice on the other end. Sato. Hello, Mrs. Sato. May I speak? Damn, I forgot how the rest is supposed to go. It's not encouraging to forget such a small amount of words, even if I didn't spend that long trying to memorize them. May I speak with Lily, please?
Hello again, Hisao. Are you teaching yourself?
Hello again, Hisao. Are you teaching yourself English? Just a little. I don't think I'm too good at languages in general. Oh, don't say that. Your pronunciation was good. I'll get Lily for you. Just wait a moment. I obediently wait as she goes off in search of Lily. The other end goes silent. Eventually, a much more awake-sounding Lily than last time answers. The time over there being past noon by now. Hisao? Are you there? Yeah, I'm there. Hi. Good afternoon. Sorry for taking so long. I was outside in the garden. Gardening? Unfortunately, I found I'm no good at it, so I just smell the flowers. I think my fingers appreciate it more. I take it Hanako's recovered a bit? Yeah, I made sure she was eating, and eventually she righted herself. Thanks for the help the other day. I don't think I was really that much help. The main thing is that she's better, though. True. How's life over there, then? It sounds like you've been living in nothing short of a mansion. I wouldn't call it a mansion. But it's rather large. It's obviously what she wants to say, though her modesty stops her. I'm a little nervous, but I'm a little envious, but it is her holiday. It's a nice house to stay in, though. There's a beach near it, too, which Akira's especially fond of. She's a swimmer? No, she's a drowner. She just likes water, that's all. No, she's just a bit of a bugger. She's a bit of a bagger, she is. She won't stay away even if she drowns every time. She's constantly dragging me there to have swimming competitions, which she wins every time. Lily doesn't strike me as very athletic at all, so not being adept at swimming seems logical enough. The fastest I've ever seen her move is her understandably relaxed pace during her walks to and from the suburbs, down the hill from the school. It makes the image of her swimming hard to imagine. Gotta keep that body trim somehow, I suppose. The beaches there must look nice. They'd be less crowded than the ones around here, at least. Indeed. Akira says the air around here looks beautiful because it's so far outside the city. I only realise what I've said after I say it, but it doesn't bother her at all. It's still easy to forget that she can't see when she's not around, despite the time we've been friends. That said, the local accent sometimes makes communication a bit hard. It's a constant reminder that this isn't home. While the fact that she doesn't consider her parents' residence to be her home makes good sense, it makes me realise that I can't really answer whether the same goes for me. Are you just spacing out on the phone? It works. That's even less useful than when you're in person. Graduation from Yamaku was distant enough to be difficult to view objectively. And I've spent so much time in this small room, I've come to accept the dormitory as my new home surprisingly quick. I guess that would be hard to deal with. Is your knowledge of English holding up? Thankfully, I may be fluent, but being in a position where I have to use it often helps in curbing my Japanese accent, so it's been useful practice. Are you trying to teach yourself English? More like memorizing a few lines and failing at even that much. I'm really not cut out for learning another language. My admission of defeat draws an amused giggle. I believe that there are things one chooses to do in life, and also things that are chosen for one to do in life. You can take comfort in the fact you're better than me in science and math, at least. Well, that's helped in making me Muto's star student. I wouldn't worry about it. There's useful skills for many jobs, right? That's what he tells me. His face veritably lit up when I said I'd probably go into a career involving either. We both share a warm laugh at the events that have been befalling each other on opposite ends of the world. It's nice and reminds me of our simple small talk that I've been missing since she left. As each of us waits for the other to begin speaking, I decide to push ahead with my feelings. I can feel my throat tightening slightly. I miss you. The silence on the other end of the phone tells me she's given the words their due weight, but as it goes on I can't help feeling more and more apprehensive. Thankfully the silence ends almost as quickly as it began. I miss you too, Hisao. Goodbye. Goodbye, Lily. Once again, oh, it's nice. Once again, the phone is hung up, simply and without any further ado. That light, tentative, almost shy voice, her warm and soft tone. I'd simply be lying to myself if I were to say that I didn't recognise this feeling for what it is. With thoughts of Lily dancing on my mind, I start anticipating her return. Today has been a most excellent day. Most excellent recovery, Hisao. High five. Yeah, nice. Excellent. Most excellent recovery from previous indiscretions, Hisao. Nice. Excellent party time. Excellent. Alright, yeah, most excellent song. Yeah, guys, most excellent. I love Wayne's World. I gotta watch it again. Oh man, Wayne's World. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I love that film. I sit listening to another of Muto's long-winded lectures. Oh shit! Fuck that. It's time to stop. Oh my god, my neck. I'm seriously gonna come in one. You're gonna start one of these. My neck's gonna be off. I've been Millbee. I'm enjoying this a lot. I think I've sat here and done like a good chunk of this in just one sitting. I'm gonna continue anyway. Thank you for watching, guys. This has been Millbee. I've been Millbee. This has been Bye.